Hello, this is Matthew Geiser with IBM, and today I will be demonstrating our capabilities within our Enterprise Content Management Solutions, IBM DataCap, FileNet Content Manager, and Enterprise Records. What I will be showing today is an accounts payable use case within DataCap where we will be validating data that has been pulled from OCR fingerprinting within the solution. Next, we will transition to our FileNet Content Manager solution where I will showcase drag and drop bulk importing, the previewing and social interactions of CAD documents, content searching through save search and facet trees, workflow kicking off from a search as well as approval to said workflow, and then finally transitioning to enterprise records where we will be declaring a document to a file plan. To get started, I want to show a preview of some of the invoices that have already been ingested and ran against the OCR fingerprinting within the DataCap solution. This is just to give an idea as to what we will be seeing once we enter DataCap. So we'll go ahead and transition over to DataCap. And as mentioned, those invoices have already been ingested and ran against the fingerprinting. So you'll see that this batch is ready at the verify task. So we'll go ahead and kick off this task by double-clicking here. As you can see, we have a previewer here of the document in question, as well as our snippets here on the right side of the screen, and then on the right side you can see the batch view, which shows the different documents that we'll be stepping through to verify this data. So you see here, for the most part in the snippet section, we have a white, blue, light green type of coloring. That means that DataCap had a very high confidence when pulling out the appropriate data within this document. However, you'd take notice that we have a yellow box here within the snippet view where there's low confidence within the solution. So we'll go ahead and click on that, and you can see within the snippet it pulls up a preview of where this information is being pulled out of the document, and we can go ahead and confirm that yes, the information is 1000-XX. So we can go ahead and verify and submit that that is correct. And we'll go through and verify the rest of this information. If we had high confidence across all variables and all documents, we would not have to go through this step because the solution would automatically go through the verify stage at high confidence, and there would be no need for human interaction. So again, here's a low confidence. For whatever reason, it's not picking up the decimal point. We say yes, that is a decimal point here, and we can go ahead and submit. Now here you see this red box. What that means is that there's a rules validation failure, and if we take a closer look, you notice that the date says February 29th of 2009, and we can know, and the system knows, that a leap year cannot fall within an odd number of years. So to change this, what we can do is just change the date to February 28th, 2009 to make sure that this is approved. What you might want to do is reach out to the vendor and make sure that they're aware of this error, but again, the system pulls this out and we can correct that for future reference. And then again, you notice some low confidence down here. We can verify that yes, those are correct. So just going to step through these next few documents. And one that I am going to call out is this document here. You notice that within the invoice, the date is of European standard for day, month, year, whereas in North America we go by month, day, year, and the system automatically reconfigures the date for where we are located. And then we'll just step through the rest of these documents. You can see again some low confidence values, but going through the documents, yes, they are correct. Now that this batch has been finished, what we would be able to do is go back to our batch list, and what we can do now is export those documents and the data to the appropriate end repositories such as IBM FileNet Content Manager. We've now transitioned over to our FileNet Content Manager browser window, and we're logged in as Lucy. Now, for the sake of the demo, Lucy is running behind on submitting her expense reports and uploading them into FileNet repository. So what she wants to do is a bulk import of all the expense reports she has for 2020 so far. So what Lucy's going to do is navigate to the appropriate folder and her appropriate local file system, And all she has to do is simply select all of these reports and drag and drop them into FileNet. As you can see, thanks to an associated entry template, it automatically assumes the class as expense reports, and now Lucy can go in and add relevant information for the properties and metadata, and select the time in which she has uploaded them. Quick, simple click of the add button, and after a few moments you'll see that 2020 has been updated with all of her expense reports. What Lucy can now do is, by selecting one of these reports, the properties pops up here on the right side of her browser window. She can quick and easily edit the properties of each of these documents here without going into the actual properties tab. And she just wants to go ahead and add an address here for one of these. Simple click, and that saves that property, and her expense report has now been updated to reflect where she was working for the first one. Next, we're going to move over to Dan, who is an engineer, and what Dan needs to do is import a new water pump diagram that's a CAD document. So what he's going to do, he's already navigated over to his engineering's documents, and he's going to locate the CAD diagrams within his local file system, simply select and drag and drop again. You'll see again, thanks to an entry template, it automatically assigns a CAD document class as a property. Go ahead and select the date and put in some comments here that are required as a property. So once Dan goes ahead and clicks add, you'll see it populates here within the engineering documents folder. But Dan realizes he's accidentally made a mistake, put the new CAD document in the wrong folder. So all he needs to do is simply drag and drop the diagram from this folder into our water pumps folder, and we'll see that it's automatically reflected in the correct folder already. Now what Dan wants to do prior to moving forward and getting approval for a project manager to be assigned to replacing this water pump from 1990 with the new water pump is just confirm that what he uploaded is correct. So we'll select the water pump 2020 document and change to our film strip view. And what this does is allow Dan to quickly and easily take a look at what's in the document, make sure it's the correct content, and he can quickly and easily say, yes, this is appropriate. Next, he'll switch to the magazine view, where we'll get a look at the social interactions that are available to anyone with access to the content within the repository, where they can comment on, like, add tags, download documents. So what Dan's going to do is just go ahead and enter some tags. So we'll do the vendor, we'll put the year, and we'll say water pump. And this allows people to easily search off of these tags to identify this document when running a search. So we'll go ahead and close that now. Next, again, as I mentioned before, Dan wants to kick off a workflow to get a project manager assigned to replacing this old water pump. But first he wants to go ahead and search on the invoice for the new water pump, make sure that that's been uploaded, as well as look at the statement of work from the vendor who's going to be doing the actual work here. So Dan's going to navigate down to our content search feature, and he already knows that he has a saved search for invoices to quickly and easily identify the invoice for this water pump. So simple as click on save search, pulls up here that this is in fact the invoice he wants. He'll do a quick review, pull up in our previewer here, just to verify that it's accurate, but once it loads he can quickly and easily confirm, yes, this is the invoice and it has been uploaded. Next, what Dan wants to do is search on statement of work. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't have a safe search for this, so he'll just start typing statement of work, and it'll auto-populate with estimated results based on what the system thinks or expects Dan to continue to typing, and as you can see, statement of work is the top choice. So he'll go ahead and select that. And from here, we'll use the facet tree over here on the side to identify the appropriate statement of work that Dan is looking for. And Dan knows that this is statement of work has been uploaded this month in May of 2020, so he'll go ahead and just click on this and scroll down to identify the appropriate statement of work. And again, can pull it up in our previewer just to confirm, but he sees that it's the latest version and is ready to now kick off a workflow that he's confirmed this. So we'll go ahead and close that and kick off our workflow. All Dan has to do from the search result is right click on the link for the document, come down to our workflow tab and select launch workflow. And what this will do is kick off our workflow to get approval for a project manager to be assigned. So this will be a sequential review, and he'll kick off the workflow here by launching. And what he can do is select who he wants to review this, which is Lucy, the manager of the project managers. Confirm. He'll give her some instructions. And he wants a quick turnaround on this to start working here soon, so we'll select a due date of tomorrow to get approval. We'll go ahead and launch the workflow. And what this would do would kick off an email to Lucy letting her know that she has a new work task. So we'll navigate over to Lucy's desktop again, go down to her work tab, and from there we'll see we have a new review in process. She'll go ahead and open this. And she'll see who sent this, what the due date is, and any instructions that the person who sent this to her included. And she'll see, yes, we need to assign a project manager. She can come over here, look at the attachment of the document. She recognizes this document as a statement of work, knows it's accurate, and will respond here in a timely manner. And she'll simply go ahead and select approve. You can see it's already updated her work queue. We'll navigate back to Dan to his work tab and see that we now have an approval notification in progress for this review. He can open up his workflow here and it'll provide him with a summary of the steps and what the response from Lucy was. You can see he sees that it's approved and that Mike will be assigned. He can go ahead and click that, click complete, and that'll update the work queue to show that his workflow has now been completed. Finally, the last step in our demo is declaring our 1990 water pump to our enterprise records file plan. And to do this, we'll make the assumption that a few months have passed and the 1990 pump has been totally replaced by the 2020 water pump. So this can all be done automatically with our zero-click capabilities, where documents can be declared after a certain set of time that they've been within the repository, like legal or classified information. But for the sake of the demo, we'll go ahead and do this manually. So our user is going to just go ahead and select the 1990 water pump drawing. Once the preview loads, we can verify, yes, this is the appropriate one that we want to declare. We'll right click on it and navigate down here to our declare option and select that. Within this, we can go ahead and select an entry template to declare this over to our enterprise records. You see the file plan location is updated and we have our record class assigned to this document as well. So we'll go ahead and declare. And as simple as that, we can see that this document's been declared thanks to this file system logo, and as well as holding over that logo, we can see it's been declared. Finally, we just want to verify this, so we'll navigate to our enterprise records tab, do a simple refresh, and there we can see that yes, this document has in fact been declared to our enterprise records file plan. In conclusion, what I showed today was an accounts payable use case within DataCap where we ran data validation against OCR fingerprinting for invoice type documents. Next, we transitioned over to FileNet Content Manager, where I showcased the bulk importing via drag and drop capabilities from a local file system, and then showcased CAD documents where you can use the previewer as well as social interactions that are enabled within our tooling. From there, we did content searching based on a safe search as well as a facet tree search, and from that search kicked off a workflow that we were then able to gain approval for and close out. Finally, we declared an older document over to our enterprise records file plan and were able to confirm that it was reflected in both our content manager as well as the enterprise records system. Thank you for watching through this demo. My contact information is listed here. Again, my name is Matthew Geiser. I'm a technical sales specialist with IBM. If you have any questions around the solutions that you saw today, please reach out to me at my email provided here or through LinkedIn. And if you are interested in learning more or watching additional videos around the solutions you saw today, please follow the links provided in the description. Thank you and have a great day.